This segment of the news is brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
Welcome back. House Speaker Halston Moultrie's unfiltered communication on constitutional amendments, the Attorney General's so-called adulterous relationship with Parliament, and the supersize of the minister-led government's cabinet no doubt leaving some a bit uneasy. In fact, Mr. Moultrie accepts that his personal convictions may put him out in the cold. However, he admonished House members that before making a determination, reflect deeply on what he has said, as his position is not his alone, but deeply rooted in the parliamentary system of democracy.
I believe in the unity of governance, but one must be able to see the necessity of plurality in the functions of government. Our Constitution clearly demarks three basic branches of power. This may surprise honorable members, but the Parliament is the first arm of government.
Leader of Government Business Renwood Wells has, however, assured that the Speaker is not out of step with the F&M government.
That issue will be brought to Cabinet at a time and choosing of the Prime Minister. We were the ones who mentioned the fact that there's a Judicial and Legal Services Commission that deals with the courts. There's a Department of Public Service Commission that deals with the executive, but there is no parliamentary commission that deals with the Parliament. And I said that you'd realize that I said that in the very first debate in the House of Assembly that we were going to be looking to address that issue, and we are going to address that issue. You'll remember that when the opposition wanted to move for a no confidence vote in the Speaker, the Prime Minister got up during his contribution and said to the Leader of the Opposition, if you're interested in having an independent Speaker, let's have that discussion.
Legislators challenged to enact a law establishing an independent statutory parliamentary service commission. That commission, as adopted by some members of the Commonwealth Parliament Association, would essentially ensure the efficient and effective running of the legislature.
I have and forecast colder days and a penetrating chill factor as I move on by faith in this path of impartiality and neutrality. But I understand as a former chief meteorologist that whether the weather be cold or whether the weather be hot, whether the weather be fine or whether the weather be not, we must weather the weather, whatever the weather, whether we like it or not.
Well, in response to the House Speaker's request, Mr. Wells said a cabinet paper has already been drafted for such a commission. In Great Britain, an independent speaker runs in a small constituency. Furthermore, all political parties agree that he or she is someone who can be fair and balanced in his or her approach. A day after junior doctors demonstrated, senior physicians are threatening to take things up a notch, as we hear from our BJ McDermott.
The Consultant Physician Staff Associations at it again, expressing their dissatisfaction with the progression of negotiations with the Public Hospitals Authority. Just 2 weeks back, the CPSA, with the support of other trade unions, expressed their concerns, filed a trade dispute, and gave the PHA and the government 5 days to respond to their cries. Well, according to CPSA President Dr. Loxley Monroe, nothing has happened as yet.
You cannot force a response from them. But just the same way you cannot force a response from them, from a statutory standpoint, we have mechanisms by which we can express ourselves, and we are going to use those until we come to a level playing field. We all come to the table and decide on what is the best way to resolve this entire issue.
Dr. Monroe went on to tell us that the CPSA has been in negotiation with the PHA for 3 years now, and while some progress has been made, he says for them it is not enough, and that the union's now at an impasse.
Many of us have worked for more than 10 years without any changes in our salary, no increase, no increments. We work without any sort of health insurance. Yet every day we walk in here, we are placed at risk for infection, HIV, TB, etc., because those are the patients that we have to see. We have no pension plan, so upon retirement, literally, we would become almost like paupers.
Now the CPSA says the PHA has not responded to them in over 10 years, and that their next step is to acquire a strike vote.
Well, you just mentioned the business of filing a trade dispute. The trade dispute was filed on the 6th. The the minister may have gotten it on the 7th or on the 6th, that Tuesday. He would have gotten it late in the afternoon, but it was delivered. So the next step after that, you have the right, the authority to apply for a strike vote certificate. So you're talking about withdrawal of services entirely, not just slowing down, not just walk out, but actually total and complete withdrawal of services.
The CPSA is saying that they will not allow their concerns to be silenced. Reporting for JCN News, I'm Berthany McDermott.
Police may be out of a suspect, but they at least have the drugs and nearly $155,000 worth of it. From all reports, intelligence led Abaco officers to an area on Ernest Dean Highway, just south of the International Airport after 4 p.m. yesterday. It's there that they found a large marijuana field with plants ranging from 1 to 7 feet tall. The 387 plants were all uprooted and collected. The street value of the large find, $154,800. Again, no arrests were made. The matter remains under active investigation. Back here in the capital, another illegal firearm taken off the streets. Officers searching a property on Lewis Street off Market Street yesterday found a .9mm pistol with 1 round of ammunition, and no arrests were made. And that wraps up this portion of the news, but here's a look at what's coming up in sports tonight.
Coming up in sports, the New Providence Softball Association championships continue. The City Bowling League kicks off their 2018 season, and there's some movement in the NBA. We'll tell you about it right after the break.